Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV. The joy and the pain is out of balance. What we're going to do. Right then, tonight, Walsall away to Scunthorpe, as we know. First question from Paul Morris. What do I think of the lineup? Well, most of it is as expected. We're sticking with 3-5-2, which I think worked for the first half against Northampton. We have Rushworth in goal. Daniels, I think, will take the right side of the back three, Rowland in the middle and Month on the left. So good to get Month back. He's been a big miss, and hopefully he'll help us return to winning ways. Certainly hoping so. The five in the middle, we've got White on the right, Devine on the left. I would have gone for Brendan Kiernan being our most productive player. Having him on the bench is a bit of a strange one. Putting a young Man United inexperienced lad in there again is a bit of a strange one for me, to be honest. With Earring absent because of his head bash that he got. So we've got Kinsella and Labadie, which would make a solid central pairing in the CDM roles. Osadibe in the number 10 role. I'm not sure what you guys think, but I thought he did really well first half against Northampton. He did fade second half, in fairness. So I think, given the injuries, he was always going to be back in there. Now we're playing with two up front again. Connor Wilkinson, after his very poor show, he gave it a go for 2 5-minute spells. He's been dropped to the bench. And Miller is partnered by Tyrese Shade. Well, he can't be any worse up front as he is on the wing. So maybe it's a masterstroke. We don't know. What do I think about that overall formation? I think the formation is probably right. I think players-wise, other than Devine, I'd have had Keenan. And up front, to start Willock, he's only had a couple of cameos off the bench, 5 minutes. To have started him in such a big game as this is would have been very brave from Matt Taylor. And he's not really demonstrated any bravery so far. So it's no surprise that Shade comes in there. Would I have started Connor Wilkinson? Probably. But I mean, he has been a disappointment for me. If you're going to start Devine on the left wing back role, you could have started Brendan Kiernan up front alongside Miller. Not that there's any height there, but I can't imagine Shade winning many headers because he hardly looks up for it most of the time. Right then, going down the questions, where's Rose? I think he's injured himself, he's probably right. Just probably fed up of doing all that travelling and not getting a sniff of the game. So, which place in the league do you think will finish, says Paul Morris? Let's answer that after this game, shall we? Walsall are massive everywhere we go, says Oliver. Zach Ted is going for 1-0 to Scunny. Get off here. Hopefully Kinfella's in the lineup. He is indeed, Maz. Maz is going for 1-0, Walsall. Manny's back, which is great news. Shot about Daniels. I don't know what that means. 1-0 Scunthorpe, I'm saying. That's Walsall till I die. Let's have a look. Going to be like Carlisle and lose late on. I hope not. David Evans 3-1. I don't know whether that's 3-1 Scunthorpe or 3-1 the other way. This is Lucas Life is with us. You can check out his channel. I think he does the Arsenal. So that's good. Good to have him on with us. Let's have a look at what Mr. Nay. You need to go on the attack, not sit back and wait to lose 1-0, says John Sadler. quite right. But I think 3-5-2 is a little bit more up and at it. So hopefully that's going to be the case today. Has 0-0 written all over it, says Adam. I know what you mean. Bob G saying he doesn't think Shade up front is very good. Well, nor me. But the young lad we had as a centre forward, we never played as centre forward, so he went back. Phillips would have been a great chance for Phillips to start play up front alongside Miller, but not to be. Zach's going for 0-0. Shade to score 2 tonight. Dave Parry liking that positivity. Good one. Divine Keenan, in my opinion, he takes people on more. Yeah. Rodney is not a sub. The guy's injured, passed his medical, then signed failed his medical rather, and then signed a contract for 2.5 years. John Boy Drink Money. He is a Scunthorpe fan that follows our channel. He's like a closet Walsall fan. It's 2:30 in Thailand where he is. So thanks for joining us. Let's have a look. 1-0 Walsall. Kinsella to score, says Maz. Jordan Lewis, 3-0 Walsall. This game is huge. I'm saying whoever loses this game tonight are going to get relegated. I think you got a point there. DTN Fire saying 3-0. In my opinion, we played better on Saturday than previous games. We did. First half, that's Oliver saying that. In first half, we were good, I thought. Yeah, Paul agrees. Very good. How you got 26 people watching with 800 subs, as Luke said. It's a big game, Luca, and we're up to 31. So it is a popular show. Rushworth to score, more likely than Miller, said Adam Hayes. Oh, dear. I'm with you there, mate. Well, I think just if you aim for his arse, it might go off his arse again. Oh, dear. What are we going to say, eh? What they got on here? We got the iFollow on, and the WM boys. How can they spin this?
Couple of good omens here. Because Walsall have actually won on each
popular live chat because it's Scunny. That's right, John Boy.
We're going to play you the goals. We're going to get you in a positive frame of mind.
What has happened with Miller? The man has dropped out of form massively. Well, he came in like a steam train, didn't he, George Miller? We just need a little bit of luck, says Keith. Well, Walsall have been mighty unlucky or been done by refs. How we didn't beat Bradford. We were a much better team. Should have had a penalty first half. And then that daft penalty that White gave away. And again against Northampton, that free kick, you watch the highlights and look at that again, that free kick. Connor Wilkinson, 6 foot, really 5 of him, great big long legs. Ball comes over and he tries to head it when it's a yard off the floor. That's just woeful. And I think that's probably part of the reason he's dropped, other than the fact that he only plays for 10 minutes a game. Oliver agrees, awful refs. Paddy to score hat-trick. DTM Fire. I fancy Paddy for a goal, actually. Matt Taylor to score hat-trick. I think he'd do all right if he came on, to be honest. Dave Parry, Miller won't score with the service he's had. We can't keep hoofing it in the air. That's correct. Well, my prediction for the game is there's 3 things. We're going to either win 3-0, it's going to be 0-0, or we're going to concede a late goal and lose 1-0. Obviously, the joy side of me would like a nice, comfortable 3-0 confidence-boosting win before we face Tranmere, Forest Green Rovers and Swindon. Gloomy neck. Need to win this one, lad, says Oliver Evans. Loving it. Walsall are massive everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. I like that. It's going to be It's going to be emotional, whatever happens, I
That
think.
will do his confidence the world of
Oh, we got
He
some
started
thingies
really
on here, hang on.
flicks, and there he is in the box to powerfully hit home.
WM are playing some positive vibes.
23 minutes played.
Hoping we're going to be inspired by it. I think they need to be playing it to the players, not us.
Pretty impressive, Rob. You're at Marvin. Come on then. It is a must-win tonight. How do you see it going, this game?
You said it. You absolutely nailed it, Daz, earlier. You know, if ever there's a match where the first goal is absolutely critical, then this is it. You know, the Saddlers come out here on the front foot, get their noses in front, then
Exactly. We've got to go for it, haven't we?
play Scunthorpe, and they can build on it from there.
Do you remember last season's torture? And Brian Dutton was just trying to hold out for 0-0s, and we did get a few points like that. Maybe at some point we might be sort of in that realms. But I mean, at the moment, against Scunthorpe, who are on a worse run than us, we've got to go at them and finish them off. We've got Dazzling Dave on. Hiya, Dazzling Dave. He's a Wolves fan. Hope you do it, mate. I hope so as well. Steve Collins, how does 21st position tally with Pom's aim of progressing this season? Do you know, 2 weeks ago, he was still thinking we could make top 7. I'm not sure whether he'll be thinking that now. Wary of Miller. John Boy Drink Money says. Wary of Miller. You haven't seen him play, mate. He's, I forget which game it was, but he had a glorious chance. Earing had pulled it back for him 4 yards out. Well, he only had to tap it over the line, and he knocked it back to Earing. Just miss it. It's his heel. Scunthorpe are now better than us. We just need to put our heads down and put pressure on them. Exactly. Wonder if this top 7 speeches have been scrapped, says Adam Bensley. Oh, I know what you mean, mate. Where's Stephen? Says Dave. He's at Explorers, Scout Explorers. He's going to be back for about the last 10 minutes to bring me some tissues, I think, to wipe away my tears if we've not done it. But hopefully he's going to come back and cheer with us. So, oh dear. So, yeah, what happened to the top 7 finishes we were going to have? I put 3 bets on at the start of the season, and I'm not a big betting guy. I put £1 on us to finish top 3, and then I thought I'll protect that. I'll put £1 on us top 7, and I'll put £1 on us to finish top half. So that's £3 I'm not going to get back. John Sadler, Pomley let down by Fullerton, Tyner, and Ronald McDonald. Oh, we can't call him Ronald. It's the ghost. Pomley let down by Fullerton. Fullerton. Oh. First of all, the director of football is the all-seeing guy and all-knowledgeable guy. Well, he said Taylor was the best coach available, and all of our young players have gone backwards since he's come. So how does that work out? As for developing a decisive and consistent play, that's not particularly gone well. And then you look at the reserve and youth team. In fairness, the youth team have been playing against players much older than them. And all the first team fringe players like Perry and Bates, who've not got a kick in the first team, have not been able to play in the reserves or the development squads because of the bubbles, which I think the bubbles have disappeared, but that seems to have continued that way. So is Miguel Lira. Everybody thought he was great, and then he walks away because of the hassle he's getting off Jamie Fullerton, allegedly. So his missus says. So I don't know. And we've had some words from parents of youth team players or academy players and they're not speaking particularly highly of him either. So, Lee Pomlett, what references did you get for this guy? Because he may have sold you a good game, but he's not doing it for me, and he doesn't seem to be doing it for anybody at the minute. Taylor, again, he said he's a top coach, but we haven't seen it yet. But we have been quite patient with Matt Taylor, but I'm sorry, but it's just not happening for him. He's got a style of play the players are not capable of executing. And the ghost, Neil McDonald, should have told him that a long time ago. It's not going to work in League Two unless you got a big guy up front. Every team we play, the moment they get a free kick in our half, it's going into the box, and all the big guys are coming up. We haven't got any big guys, apart from Connor Wilkinson, who rarely goes in for a challenge. Right then, let's catch up on the messages. Top 3, fair play for the enthusiasm, says Adam. Oh, yeah, I know, you ain't kidding. Yeah, the prediction top 3 finish. Oh, when we lost to Tranmere, first match of the season, that was a big dent. But little did we realise how big that dent was going to become. Walsall till I die. Perry is careful now. He's too careful now when he played because he doesn't want to get injured, and Bates never plays. Yeah. Perry, he was great last season. Oh, dear. John Boy, come on, Scunny. You should have put a few quid on Scunny to get relegated. I did predict it before the ball was kicked. You've been saying that John Boy Drink Monkey has been saying that all season, that don't worry about Scunthorpe. That's one of the relegation spots taken. And so far, he's been right. But a little turn up in form, you never know. They could get themselves out of it. Keith Hill, he's an experienced manager, and he's been brought 8 players in the transfer window. So they're having a go at trying to get out of it. Keith, I can't believe we're struggling so bad. Me neither. It's been terrible. It's been terrible. But on this kickoff, here we go. We're up and running. My thing hadn't updated. Here we go. Been very disappointed with Taylor. Really wanted it to work for him. I think we all do, Adam. At least that centre-back Monimont is back. Yeah. Shade, that's a surprise to me. Guinness ready. Oh, right then. Don't know why people are on Pommett's back. Said he didn't want to be 19th again. We'll be 21st. Yeah, I think Taylor will get the boot if we lose today. Vale 1-0 up at Carlisle. So that's good. Right then. Let's get into this. I'm being good. I'm on the water. I want to see Shade really sort of going for it today, because he has been. Manny Month. No, Daniel's challenge. Rather. Daniels has leaned on their guy a bit. He was after a penalty, but he was out of luck. Never going to be a penalty. He was on the floor before Daniels landed on him. Oldham 1-0 up already. Oh, blew me there. That don't sound good. It doesn't matter what the rest do if we're winning. So 2 minutes in, 0-0. That's vodka, really, isn't it? No. I'm off the vodka. I think half time I might grab some if I need it.
Is out on the left-hand side. Then Hayden White and Reece Devine as the wing-backs. Josh Labadie coming back into central midfield to skip the saddle.
I suppose the interesting thing is whether I'm new to your channel, says Arsenal Alex. Thank you for joining us then, Arsenal Alex. Pop a little subscribe and join the team. Oldham winning, yeah. Want to see them all go for it today. Kinsella was the only one, yeah. I'm going to wish that was vodka. It might be second half. uneventful minutes. We're used to that.
Build from a throw down their right-hand side. It's coming to midfield.
Kinsella.
Kinsella was dragged back by Feeney, but the referee says play on because Kinsella has ridden the attentions of Feeney.
Oh, he's won the free kick. Feeney is one of their new guys. He's only just joined him. He's captain.
Kinsella there in that challenge with Feeney. That's precisely what we want to see. That's it, the fight and the desire there from Lee.
Praying for a 0-0. Oh, Arsenal to subscribe. Crosses over. Oh. Oh, Sadibi, chance.
His volley's blocked. Now Kinsella at the edge of the D. The Scunthorpe do their job of blocking that to
Walsall giving them some pressure.
To Divine. Now to Daniels just inside
Daniels
touchline.
in the left wing.
Tugged around by Millen, but has still worked it infield for
Oh, poor communication there. Give the ball away. Oh, Labadie shot. We've had a shot. Oh. I'm watching on iFollow. Craig smells lovely. It's a nice positive start. Divine have a shot. Oh, another shot. Keeper saved it well to his right. Nice Divine there, getting his shot away. So Walsall definitely at him first few minutes. On your head, son. Oh, it's gone past him. 2 shots on target. Shot almost as good as a goal. Yeah, Labadie's shot was nice and comfortable for him. Divine's shot was a good effort.
A goal to nil. Davis Keller done with that goal.
Yeah, we got to get the shots away.
Port Vale, that's better news, are ahead at Carlisle with David Worrell. The looks of Albion, I think, a long time ago.
Oh, here we go. Shade. Shade's in the box. Kurt pulled in. Oh, it's gone behind. Nearly was like 1 yard out, and it's missed him. We're certainly getting plenty of chances at the minute.
After 5 minutes are already turning here. I'll tell you, this is where Walsall really need to make them pay with all this pressure.
Osadebe. He wasn't expecting that. Osadebe doing well there. Ball's across. Oh. Corner ball. It's a very bright start for Walsall. More shots the last 3 games in the first 5 minutes. And of course now we've got Month, Daniels and Rowlands, so we've actually got a bit of height.
First corner of the game there to the Saddlers.
Come on. We don't generally score from corners. Let's change it. It's a high one. Keeper's going to get that, I think. Oh, players down. Daniels had a bash on his head, I think.
That the fans are indicating there, but the referee pulls it back for a bang on the head for Donovan Daniels, who was putting his body on the line there inside the opposition.
Since Bradford, we have had a bright start, and then look what's happened. We're going to win the league. Adam, oh dear. Swindon getting beat. Oh, well, they're top 7's still on then.
Personnel. Tom Leake was playing in the middle of the back three.
Yeah, Tom Leake was always going to come out, wasn't he? Divine, that's he got confidence to get a shot away, and that's the important thing. Scunthorpe, obviously, they're talking about their crowd turning on them already. So I think Walsall get the first goal here. I might get my 3-0 that I was after.
Shade and Reece Divine. Reece Divine, I think he's had a bright start to the game as well as a wing back, really getting himself forward, playing the ball down the channel and having a shot for himself. It's been a promising start from the Saddlers.
Daniels, he's starting on the left-hand side, but he appeared on the left. Where's Stephen? Stephen is at Explorers. He's going to be with us after when he gets back.
Scored tonight against Swindon. Tranmere 1, Swindon 0. Kane Hemmings with
Tranmere beating Swindon.
Prenton Park, as I say, also against Tranmere on Saturday in League 2. Watson with the Scunthorpe clearance, getting the game underway again. We've had
Scunthorpe playing a nice long ball.
Chip forward, looking for Burns through the middle. Month slightly off balance near his own byline, but then did well to.
It's good to have him back, Manny Month.
slid in with the challenge.
Arsenal is also a YouTuber, so check out his channel. Any excuse to avoid having to watch it at the time. Well, Stephen has been struggling with it a little bit, but he still wants to be at the matches. The only matches he's missed are the ones that he's had other stuff on that he should have gone. Rob Miles, hi Rob. Big match for Walsall today. You are not kidding, mate. Not kidding.
Gets himself into some really good position, and he's alleviating the pressure there that Scunthorpe were trying to apply. And it's
so Walsall throwing just inside their half on the right hand side. It's a bright start for Walsall. It's Walsall just gonna not make any mistakes and just keep at them. It was
highest of above shade for another Walsall throw.
House of DB's looking at it again.
For DB, trying to turn, goes down, wants a free kick.
Miller, tried to get a shot away then.
Just inside the penalty area. Delaney with the header away for Scunthorpe once more. Kinsella back out to the right hand side, and now on his left foot, Osadibi. But
Osadibi gets a shot away. Calm down, says Johnny Drinkwoody. Oh dear. Got to start turning these good starts into goals, says Adam. You're kidding.
He was in quite a bit of space, just square to him, and he was screwed with the ball. He saw Osadibi then apologise, and acknowledge Reece Devine. But I don't think Matt Taylor will mind seeing his players take shots on goal.
It's good start.
Media team with us alongside myself, Rob Gurney, in North Lincolnshire. Scunthorpe United 0, Walsall 0.
We need that goal. We need an early goal, don't we? Need an early goal.
Long ball forward, looking for Burns. Header away at the back, collected in midfield by Scunthorpe.
Chance for Scunthorpe now, headed clear.
With the cross, it's a dangerous looking ball, but Daniels is up well to clear his lines, although it's the claret and blue shirts first to react, and Feeney now looking down the right hand side for Rakeel Pike. Mont is going to have to
Mont wins the throw. It's good to have him back, Randy Mont.
It's going to be away for the Walsall throw about 5
There's Mike Decree.
their own corner flag.
Who's that?
Taylor, as usual, animated figure on the touch line. He heads and kicks.
So Walsall just going to keep it steady. Osadibi has started off with lots of intensity.
Slipping away from his players again.
Walsall work the line.
On the job as well, his first job in
Their number 2 is giving a few pushes. Oh, Osadibi was being pushed about by their number 2, and he's just punched the guy in the chest, and the ref has not seen it. He's lucky there. I saw it. The ref was right there. I think the number 2 is Osadibi's fired up. Osadibi's fired up, but I mean, it's controlled aggression, isn't it? We score on every 5 chances we get, says Tommy. It's just there usually 3 games.
Pause in proceedings, but we're back underway. Stevie felt he was called over. Referee says play on. Labadie with the challenge on Sinclair. Feeney's won it and pushed it out to the left-hand side, and Pugh now back to this right flank, and Millen. The cross comes in.
Good head up.
Looking for Burns inside the area. It's nodded away. It'll come for Feeney with the shot.
Feeney.
Well wide of
Harris is here. Hello, mate. I see you every week in the Mackies. You should say hello. That's it. I think you one sat next to us, I think, the other day. Monthé the Beast. Mike Chechery. Oh, that's the guy who's on about. Mike Chechery. We thought he was rubbish. He'd be our best player if he was in this. Right then. A couple of bit more possession for Scunthorpe. Let's see whether Walsall can... nice knock over the top. Miller chasing.
Delaney is across there and has put just about enough on the back pass to Watson. Pauline Green, the Scunthorpe keeper, who clears. One in the air by Mendes and near halfway. Tossed over the top for Burns to run onto. But
that was a good ball over the top. just a tad too long from Scunthorpe. Mill needs to go strike the close. Now score. Needs to go striker. Yeah.
It was a really windy afternoon at the Banksy Stadium, and
I think Miller always seems to foul his defender. Every time he gets a chance, he seems to foul the defender.
On Saturday as well, so he's his concentration levels are very good. There are some guys where he's not had a lot to do, but
It's
very busy. And he seems
it's a long way to go for a Tuesday night when Walsall been playing like this.
Moments where he's had to learn a lot and adapt, but that's what he's here to do. He's here
But I need to take the boys for their Explorer stuff, and then the missus is collecting them tonight.
Then the 2 follow-up saves from Apparay and Lewis were absolutely top draw. Yeah, 2 fabulous reaction saves. 0-0 here. We've had nearly
Coming up to quarter of an hour. Still 0-0.
In Scunthorpe, the flag's fairly taut at top of the stand opposite. Of course, this is a mini Banksy Stadium minus the home serve stand, if you like, because designed by the same architects back in the late 80s. There was talk of Scunthorpe being the first team to move twice in the modern era, but financial issues have led to that not now being the case, certainly not for a while anyway. The flag was up for offside as Miller made his way into the area. The referee says play on as Watson bowls it out to Millen. Millen thumps it long.
Nice strong back three. If we got a big strong front man as well, I think we'd be done here.
A lot of the ball down this right side. Now
Devine
on towards Miller.
Clears.
Devine was there first though to first control the ball and then hook it away. It's nodded back towards the edge of the
centre halves who can head the ball.
Grant to the right and Feeney midway inside the Saddlers half.
Scunthorpe passing it around a bit at the minute. Need to nip at their ankles and get it back.
Out to the left hand side and Pugh.
Oh, well done, White. Gets his foot in. Shade.
Win it back for the Saddlers. Shade. Up to White, up to Osadebe just inside the.
Oh, Shade's got a chance here. Shade's clear through. Is it that straight the keeper? Is it straight near post the keeper? If it far post, got Miller there.
Kinsella driving forward across the face of goal and just grabbed by Rory Watson inside the 6-yard box. 2 really good openings there.
Shade now he's never going to beat him from there, low down. And then Kinsella and Shade tried to get on the end of that, and then it's gone back to the keeper. Walsall getting closer. Ironically, we'll be driving past there in a couple of hours. Tommy's couldn't get away early enough to make the game. Yes, I'm sure you'll feel like you've missed out come the end of this. Very disappointing season to have my first season tickets at Harris. Well, you ain't the only one disappointed, mate, to be honest. We're expecting the joy to return. We're expecting the joy to return. Barrow beating Hartlepool 1-0.
Seen that as a Walsall free kick when, to say maybe from here, it was Kinsella that was slightly more aggressive in that tackle. Is that a fair comment, Paul, do you think? Been doing what he's been doing.
So it looks like results are going against us. So we need to make sure that we're getting the result here. I think, as I said earlier, I think if we get first goal, I think we'll be fine.
Let's hope that isn't too far away coming.
Divine.
Headed away by on a Rice. Hartlepool 0, Barrow 1 is another latest score.
Come on, have a shot. White. Oh.
Here's Hayden White.
Free kick. Looked like he'd fell out of the ball then. It's not very often we get people that are sort of look like they're for Walsall. That Vale game away is probably going to be the highlight of our season. That was a very special game and a very special result. It's just, we thought we'd be catching them. My first season ticket too, mate, said Adam. Was hoping for better considering the positivity at the start of the season. Yeah, it's been a disappointment for everybody. Right then, free kick. We've got Hayden White and Osadebe over it. Looks like Osadebe is going to try and curl it round the side of the wall, trying to hit the near post. Oh, he's cleared the goal. Rubbish.
Over the crossbar and into the brick goal stand.
I like Tommy's comment.
Scunthorpe get away with that one. Millen,
Good to have your first signed. You're going to get better from here. Well, I hope so.
Burns comes across, but Divine gets back to challenge. And Mont threads it down this left side for Shade. Labadie. One for Shade to chase. Delaney should get there first.
They're looking a bit nervous. Scunthorpe, as you would expect, really, I suppose.
Slipped over and beats the pitch in frustration as Scunthorpe knock it long. Down the right side of the Walsall penalty area for Burns, but Mont is there and Burns has fouled.
Walsall are winning. Walsall again every foul at the minute.
A foot, 4 or 5 stone difference in build between those two players, but the assistant referee saw enough to give Walsall.
Mansfield beating Colchester, so that's better news. But the big news is Walsall need to be winning, of course.
Rushworth with the free kick. Mansfield 1, Colchester 0, another latest in League 2. Rhys Oates with that goal. And Grant, experienced 34-year-old Jamaican on loan here from Swindon, heads the ball away. Daniels, high hoist forward for White down the right-hand side.
White chasing after him.
By the Scunthorpe left back, Tom Pugh, to nod it back to Rory Watson.
Derby winning 1-0. Well, that's a different division. I feel like if Darryl stayed, we would be in a better position. But he was a practical. Yeah, I think he was ready to get fired. I think. How should they give the ball away then? I think Darryl Clark was going to be fired if he'd have carried on. He'd upset everybody. He's sort of like an amateur version of Jamie Fullerton, by the sounds of it. Carlisle scored. Lee saying we're going to beat these. Are the worst team out of the 92. Well, I think that's on recent fall. I think we're probably 91st.
A ball that was just going to Peter Manning was going to comfortably deal with, but he's made a great run across Daniels.
So Scunthorpe deep inside our half now. We're going to try and throw it into the box. Oh no, he's opted not to. Oh, poor.
His pass drifts behind for a goal.
20-odd draws is poor.
Remember, tomorrow night we've got a trio of live games for you on 95.6 FM and Freeview Channel 722.
Well, it's 20 minutes. We've looked good so far. But again, looking good and having chances means nothing unless you score. So let's get a goal, shall we? House of DB started off very well. He's calmed down a little bit, but he was getting hassled by their number 2.
Clearance, partially charged down by Shade, and the ball's disappeared out of the ground over on the far side.
21 minutes down.
Throw comes back in. Off Delaney last via the Shade challenge, so it's going to be a Walsall throw midway inside the Scunthorpe half, directly opposite our commentary position here. Push down the right for Osadibe or White to run onto. White has about kept it alive, has he? No, he hasn't. The assistant referee decides that's going to be a goal kick to Scunthorpe. And Carlisle 1, Port Vale 1 now.
So Port Vale aren't winning, that's good news. It's annoying because the recent starting 11s that we could have played before. Yeah. Swindon got to play Scunny on Saturday. Should we be worried? Yes, I think Swindon are a good side.
Making a decent fist for staying in the championship, remarkably. Those minus 21 points deductions.
Oh, Labadie, chance put through. Has he put Miller through? Miller.
Miller getting round Watson, but the angle's too tight for him. It was Labadie's ball forward.
Miller should have took the shot straight away there, Miller. But he tried to wait for a better chance. If he'd have shit straight away, then he could have knocked that through the keeper's legs. But that's his confidence, really, taking the extra touch. Good work from Labadie there. And it was a great ball. It's a great ball. If Miller had been scoring, he'd have just hit that first time through the goalie's legs, 1-0. And that's it. Got a 1-0 90th minute loss written all over it. Happy to be wrong. Yeah.
23 minutes in.
Oh, header in the back of Labadie's head. Now, Walsall are going to be careful here. If Kinsella or Labadie gets a knock, I suppose we've got Sam Perry and Alfie Bates. Coverage on the bench. Got Tom Lee covering the defence. Keenan on the midfield attacking part. And then Wilkinson, I suppose, will get a probably last 15 minutes. Wilkinson, he's probably capable of doing that. Not bad so far, says Justin. It's Oldham we've got to be worried about, especially seeing we've got to play them still. Yeah, quite rightly. But again, I think if we could get a win tonight, I'd give Bates a go. Yeah, the thing is, in such a big game like this, it's difficult to blood new players. Yeah, their number 2 is holding on to Shade. Good ball in. Oh, put it in.
Has a bit of a flap at it. The referee says play on. The Scunthorpe managed to clear their lines. It's an anywhere ball out from Feeney. And White with time to bring it down. Oh, it's charged down though by Sinclair partially. White recovers to get his head to it. And now it's
chance on a break here. Come on, Shady. Oh, come on. Oh, that's just lack of communication.
It's Kinsella back on the ball for the Saddlers. Out to the right.
Miller again, the ball's coming over. If we'd have got a big guy up front, he'd have had that in.
We've had exactly 25 minutes at Gladstone Park on BBC Radio, WM Sport, and I follow Walsall.
Kinsella will be okay. We'll only actually lose him to injury if his head actually comes off. Now it was Labadie that got a knock on the back of the head, but he did get straight back up.
It's a really dangerous area, but Millen got himself in a good position just to block George Miller.
I can't believe
Goalkeeper in a low flat clearance that nearly came straight for George Miller. It's picked up by Divine instead. Now Miller.
These are want us to beat them.
Also on the front foot once more here with Kinsella. Now it's Miller.
He's falling on the floor. We get a chance and he falls on the floor.
And Scunthorpe are able to hook it away. It's played up.
Month now. Come on, what are you doing here? Miller.
Picks Pike's pocket. That's easy for me to say. It's back with Divine near the halfway line. Kinsella.
Come on.
Will go back to Daniels. Across to Menayesa.
Wouldn't Keenan be better than Shade? Yes.
Good distance on that. Miller beaten by Honor Rice in the air.
Divine.
Just inside the Scunthorpe half in front of us. Flips it forward towards Osadibi, but that's defended by the home side. Miller retrieves it though. Now Divine in field for Labadie to Kinsella.
Divine getting it.
Pike,
oh, here we go.
The way of Divine. Scunthorpe man Sinclair went down off the ball. Osadibi keeps it in, but his momentum takes him off the pitch, and it means that Honor Rice and then Millen can clear their lines, but Divine tangling with Sinclair.
Divine has just had a foot in the face from their number 18. They've both got the feet up.
I think it's going to be a Walsall free kick. That was a painful collision between those.
Yeah, let's see a replay of this to see exactly. It looks like the guy's face was.
Everything about Walsall's performance at the moment, Paul, you have to say, is positive. It is. Apart from the fact they haven't broken the deadlock yet.
Yeah, it is. Walsall are on the front foot. They're winning the second balls. They're winning it high up the pitch. And we've seen some nice little triangles here, particularly on the left-hand side. Some nice through balls from Reece Divine. And they've had chances. So the only thing missing is the goal. I'm liking the aggression. I'm liking the positivity. I'm liking the confidence.
Absolutely.
And it feels like
Tom, you're spot on, mate.
I think Walsall have a free kick here.
Walsall now got a free kick, sort of 10 yards inside their half.
To his feet, having taken a painful blow in the nethers, shall we say, but it is a Walsall free kick as a result of that collision, which Divine.
Far post on your head, son.
Towards the
no.
penalty area. It's headed away.
Kinsella.
first to show in the challenge with Feeney, and again Liam Kinsella piling into that.
They have had a lot of bookings, Scunthorpe, and I can see why he's just connected with Kinsella. Looking at how Daniels play, I'd rather Ash, to be honest. Well, Ash Taylor was just too slow for me. It's another booking for Scunthorpe. Yeah, they have had a lot of bookings, Scunthorpe, which, given the position in the league, they are sort of in frustration territory, aren't they? Walsall being poor. Well, Walsall creating chances. As I said from my match preview with this, who's going to score the goals to keep us up? Who's going to score the goals to keep us up? I think it's Devine. He's a delivery man. Ball's over. Not a great free kick, that one.
Guides it back to White, and he goes all the way back to Rushworth on his left foot. High down the middle. Daniels is still well forward, and he's on a right off there.
Oh,
come on. With a high hoof into the Walsall half of the field. Then Yessa goes up, and Daniels, blimey, that's the highest one so far tonight. Looking for Miller. Header away by Pugh. Collected by White. There's much invention here.
Scunny have got their first free kick. They've not had many.
Josh Laverty's pulled up for a foul, and Anthony Grant's Scunthorpe free kick. I was about to say before that moment, you mentioned those.
Yeah, Shade being most disappointing player this season. I think that's fair. I know he's still got a lot of developing to do, but he really has offered nothing. Well, let's hope he proves us wrong and scores. You saw the goal that Bristol scored. Daniels had no clue what to do. Yeah, it was very disappointing. Lee's saying if they get 2 yellows equals red, we could we even take advantage? Yeah, you've got a point there.
Burns was nearly in there, but well controlled by Daniels in a very
great pass that. Come on. Oh, Osadibe, great pass to put Shade away. And Shade never looked like he was going to beat the guy, but he's won the corner. Oldham 2-0 up.
Exactly where he wanted it, and he got it exactly where he wanted it as well. It's a great ball by Osadibe. In the end, I think his touch just showed a bit too much to the defender, who got a good challenge in. But again, another corner, another chance to deliver the ball in the box and get the likes of Monfort Daniels in there and hopefully cause some problems.
Come on then, 30 minutes, time for a goal, Walsall. Come on.
BBC Radio WMNI.
On your head, son. Oh, he's just gone right through, yard out. Just needs somebody to get a touch on it. Is it going to be an own goal that puts us ahead? That's the question. Look at that.
It looks like he just evades everyone. I think Miller's surprised that it's managed to reach him, and I think he got a bit of stage.
2022 Lewis Head Watch game I follow is the right route. Just a tenner to watch the game. Oh.
The half-time whistle couldn't come sooner for them. They'll be delighted to get in 0-0 at half-time, I think.
Great delivery from Osadibe. Really good.
Daniels, another up and under.
Having won here on Saturday against Scunthorpe, now 2-0 up on Bristol Rovers. Davis Killardon with his second goal of the night for Oldham. Their tails up, it would appear. Luke with one Barnsley nil in the Championship. Alan Campbell with that goal.
Chance for Scunthorpe.
Sinclair, 25 yards from the Walsall goal.
Oh, he's given him a free kick.
Or was it Osadibe? Either way, it's a
Scunthorpe free kick. 25.
About 25 yards out. Yeah, I think it was Josh Laverty who made the challenge.
We look decent. Well, yeah.
I think the referee's seen him coming from behind, and perhaps that's where he's awarded the free kick. But it's a dangerous position here for Scunthorpe, and a rare sight of the Sadler's goal.
Rare sight of goal for Scunthorpe. The thing is, Walsall just got to be solid defensively, haven't we? the ref ain't give Scunthorpe much, in fairness. And Walsall have been on top. But good quality free kick here, and we be in trouble.
It's going to be Millen by the looks of it with his right foot, his favourite to take this.
It looks very open.
From the home fans. It is
Off the post, and it's a goal.
And he's come out here. And Scunthorpe have taken the lead. It's Sinclair, I think, over on the far side that's got the touch.
It's the excellent free kick. It's hit the post and gone out, and then bounced back into play. He's headed it in. There was three Scunthorpe players there, each one of them.
That's exactly what this is. You have to say it's a well-struck free kick. And he's probably unlucky not to score the free kick, but it's the iron who reacts first. And that's what Walsall have been doing all game. They've been first to everyone, but that's the one they weren't. And
we're in big trouble.
Yet again, it's a set piece that has been Walsall's undoing.
It's Jay Rowe credited with the goal.
Jay Rowe.
Celebration to the far side. Saw half his number, gambled, and I was wrong. But Jay Rowe credited with the goal. And now Walsall. A hard luck story. We don't want it to be that tonight, but at the moment it is, because they've had all the territory, some clear-cut chances, haven't taken any of them. Millen's free kick hits the post.
Come on, get the ball over.
1-0. Walsall trying to respond.
Walsall have battered them. Walsall have battered them, and we were down.
By Pugh. It's going to be a Walsall throw in. Now it's about, I know it's easier said than done, Paul, but it's to keep the
set pieces again. Second.
Get back into this game before
Oh,
half-time. They've done enough to justify
good block.
it. There's Osadebe. Rather shade that was, got the shot away, but it's blocked. And suddenly Scunthorpe are on the front foot, although Miller's clearance has hit Divine and ricocheted away down in front of us for a throw into Scunthorpe. Manchester United are one up at Burnley.
We're going to take your chances. As I said, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many chances and how many shots you have. It's goals that count.
Jamal Lascelles with an own goal there at St James's Park. Eddie Howe against Frank Lampard this season.
And of course, Scunthorpe, confidence is going to be sky high. The thought of having a win. That was never going to get that. Miller, very useless. Let's bring Rodney on. Oh, we can't. You know, I said, Tommy, you know, I said good to have your first season to get this year. Seems to only get better. I could be wrong.
Trailing by a goal to nil at half time. To say that is harsh would be a massive understatement.
Harsh? Harsh or not? That's the rules of the game.
The side of the coin is Walsall have had plenty of opportunities, haven't they? And you'd argue you need to take your opportunities when you're on top, because that is exactly what can happen.
This view out on the left-hand side for Scunthorpe.
See, confident tails are up now.
Tom Pugh at the edge of the 6-yard, the penalty area, plays the ball in low. Walsall struggling to clear, they haven't got it away. And Rowe again with a shot. It's just past the far post.
Walsall, then he conceded another then. Was that their first shot? Yes, I think it was. Need to score 2 and we struggled to score 1. Fullerton needs to take blame for this shambles of a squad. Well, I don't even notice every player we've brought in has been one of Fullerton's men. Oh, what's going on, eh? Their tails are up, big style. Big style.
Newcastle 1, Everton 1 now. Mason Holgate own goal, exchange of own goals. It comes to Scunthorpe corner on a
Blooming
with a header, and somehow Roxford's kept that out. Scunthorpe keeping the pressure on, or trying to. It's headed away. Divine's gone down inside the penalty area, wants a free kick, isn't going to get it, and it eventually
Walsall could have very easily gone 2 down then. That was a good corner into the box. Daniel's man got a clear header on it from 6 yards out. And then another one.
Rushworth, a brilliant reaction yet again from him. I didn't think Reece Devine was pushed down in the area. I was surprised the free kick wasn't awarded, but in the end, the Saddlers had to
Can't even reach for the bottle as I have to join a bit. I think the alcohol is coming out second half. Hayden White's down injured. I think he's wanting to calm things down a bit. I think it's let's calm it down a bit. Oh, confidence must be for Walsall. The confidence must be so low because again, in recent games we've played well and should have won, and we've lost. And yeah, we've had a great first half, but not scored.
They'll have their tails up there. They're confident all of a sudden. They look at different teams. The goal, don't they, Rob?
Yes, they do. 6 minutes to go to half time. The Saddlers.
George Miller, how many chances does he need? Well, that's the low point of the season. Let's see whether it can rise from here, shall we?
Free kick came back off the post. Derby 2-0 in the championship. Tom Lawrence with the second Derby goal at Pride Park. Here's Millen, who hit the post from that free kick that led to the goal. Now Feeney across the face of the area for Burns. It's poked away. Burns tigerishly picking up possession again. Down the left. Tries to get it back, which he does. Out to the far
Another
side.
ball into the box.
By Sinclair this time, but behind Rushford's goal.
What do we expect? Shade starting up top. Well, the thing is, we've just got so few options. So few options. How can it be at this point of the season where if we want to go two up front, we've got Miller, who's scored one off his arse in about 20 games. Connor Wilkinson, who doesn't describe himself as a centre forward, and Shay Willock, 17-year-old, who's not really played.
Try to go to half time. Scunthorpe United 1, Walsall 0. League 2.
As it stands, Oldham are 4 points behind us with a game in hand. And we're going to play them a couple of weeks' time.
And around the world on I Follow Walsall.
Object of the game is put the ball into the net, says Tom.
Scunthorpe throw it midway side his own half. Up to Burns, who is well with his back to goal and hold it up. It's deflected away for another Scunthorpe.
Keeping one of the few bright spots here.
Team talk coming up from Matt Taylor to just get this group believing still that they can turn things around in the second half of this match. But when you're on a run of 6 consecutive defeats,
Miller again fells his guy.
Impeded Delaney in his efforts to chase that ball down just outside the Scunthorpe penalty area, and it's a free kick to the iron, as Paul says.
Yeah. Play we signed to
with their steel-making tradition.
Rodney signing injured players. That is madness. I know. Hi, Nivy boy. It is madness. Is that why they're playing madness for us to walk out to? For the team to walk out to? Because it is madness, isn't it? I don't think they quite had that in mind, but it's about right.
Scunthorpe in possession with a goal scorer Rowe.
Port Vale beating Carlisle.
Long down the left.
Oh, 2 Walsall players bouncing into each other.
Shade over the same ball there, and Kinsler might have hurt Shade in the process. Seems to be okay. Menayesa facing his own goal under pressure. Oh, and he's lost the ball. Menayesa played into the box now. There's more danger here. Might come out to Pike. No,
Kinsella did well then.
Roy Menayesa dwelling in possession, nearly paid the price, but now there might be a counter on here with Miller. Miller going back towards the halfway line is tackled by Grant.
No, don't foul him.
Win it back, but now it breaks for Sinclair. Sinclair on a driving run, but his shot ends up going wide of the left-hand post.
I'm sorry, can't watch more of the stream. I've got to go. Says Nivy boy. Is that because of how bad it is, or you just got something else on? Even the pigeons fly upside down above Walsall's training sessions. There's no words sitting on. Changing walkout song next week to take me into insanity. I thought it was funny. They played little by little as we came out. We sort of went out on Saturday. Oh. Little by little, drifting into non-league.
Dwelling on the ball a bit too much because now Scunthorpe seem to have got their tails up there. They're a lot more aggressive and
they really don't blame you. Thanks for your support though.
Sanders will need to sharpen up like they were at the start of the game because he's gone a little bit sloppy in the last 15 minutes.
As Reece Devine sliced the ball his own half out.
Rodney's out till March.
Throw.
It's ridiculous. Miller or Willock. Miller on for Willock second half. The thing is, Willock, he can't go any worse, can he?
Having scored at Southampton in the FA Cup, got the winner against Stoke the Tuesday before. He's pulled the Sky Blues level against Blackpool at the CBS Arena. Coventry 1, Blackpool 1. Got 12 for the season now, the Swedish international. A minute to go before half-time. Scunthorpe 1, Walsall BBC Radio WM.
For a throw again. Well, Walsall holding on really, sort of since the goal.
Oldham 2, Bristol Rovers 1 now. Sam Nicholson with that latest goal at Boundary Park.
Just got a feeling it's going to be one of them goals. Well, the thing is, who's going to get the goals to save us?
He was caught on the head by Onoricek. The referee has seen that Scunthorpe's way. It was a bit of a clash of heads, judging by Onoricek's reaction as well. That challenge with George Miller.
George Castle. I remember me from Port Vale. Ah, you're the little lad, aren't you? Very good.
About to tell us how much added time we're going to see at the end of this first half, but it's yet again been a case, Paul Joanna, what might have been in the first half.
Oh, Miller head injury.
So many chances. You look at
Miller head injury going off. He might have to bring. Without saying that, he'd bring Wilkinson on, wouldn't he? How Matt Taylor didn't bring Shay Willock on when Earing went off on Saturday. I can't understand it. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, I'll be calling Taylor to get the sack if we lose tonight. Tyler, if they don't win tonight, he should get the sack. The thing is, it's not. Sometimes managers get sacked as a gut reaction to stuff, but he's had the whole season to get the players playing, and it's just not happened.
He said that, I had to say it so many times in recent weeks at half-time during matches.
It's been terrible since Colchester.
It's so difficult when they're on the run that they have for the players to...
January transfer window, very important. And Scunthorpe bought 8 players in. We bought in the Man United left-back Devine. Daniels was an emergency go. And our new striker we needed failed his medical and not going to play. And we didn't use Kieran Phillips well enough. Like Kieran Phillips, with the amount of games without a goal George Miller has had, why didn't Phillips get more stops, more goals up front?
And they paid the price. Luton 1, Barnsley 1 now in the Championship. Carlson Morris with the Barnsley equaliser.
Paul Giorani for really, we are rubbish.
On Saturday, he's got a big bandage round his head now, having clashed heads with Onoricek. Millen with the long diagonal.
Paul Giorani, he's playing the party line, isn't he?
Gets to it first.
He's playing the party line. He's not allowed to say they're rubbish. If I was running the media team at Walsall, I'd say it as it is. 54 on the live stream. That's thank you very much for joining us. I might give a nice. I'm going to read you a bit of a story at half time. Sort of try and break from the despair. Well, there's the loo. Vince is here. Vince is in the building. Hi, Vince. You ain't missed much. Walsall started off very well, had lots of chances, couldn't score. Scunthorpe, one free kick, good free kick in fairness, comes off the post and they follow. JT, hiya.
It's going to be a Walsall throw-in. We've had 3 added minutes now at the end of the first half, and White has pushed too many yards for that throw, so it'll come back for Yesser instead, and then takes it from virtually identical position anyway. Always happens. Nodded forward by Scunthorpe, back into their territory, away by Pugh, hooked forward by Osadibi, defended, but here comes Divine, and Divine was caught there.
Divine,
by,
having a good run at it. Glad to be joining us. Likewise, Vince. Good one. Yes, I'm gonna read a bit of a story at half time. Sort of. After I've been to the loo and got myself some vodka, so I think I need it. Right then, free kick for Walsall. It's about 35-40 yards out. God knows where we go from here, says John Guttridge. Oh, how many fans tonight? I don't know. There's 50 on the live stream, which is good.
If the delivery's right, needs to be a lot better than his one earlier on. He floats it into the penalty area now. It's flipped towards goal, but no real power behind the header.
That's half time.
Makes the save, and there's the response to the half-time whistle.
Oh, Russian Mike Taylor and wanted to turn things round. 7 losses on the bounce, including playing against 10 men. And rock bottom club gets you sacked otherwise. What does? Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to save him is Walsall not wanting to pay any compensation. Mr. Craneater, this is the worst team I've ever seen in my life. Well, Walsall have had chances. They just can't put them away. Right then, I'm going to go to the loo. Get me some half-time juice to get me through the second half, and then I'm going to read you the first chapter of my latest book. How about that? So that's coming.
Buy Carabao energy drink online at drinkcarabao.co.uk. Carabao, grab life by the horn. What if there's a better way to buy your next car? Just visit Kazoo and pick out one you love. All our cars pass a thorough 300-point inspection and are carefully reconditioned. We show you every detail, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. And every car comes with a 90-day warranty, roadside assistance, and our 7-day money-back guarantee, giving you a whole week to make sure you love it. And if you don't, we'll take it back. Can you buy a quality car that's guaranteed to leave you happy? Kazoo, yeah, you can. FIFA 22 with Hyper Mushrooms.
Reports flooding into our newsroom today.
Football is disappearing all over the world.
There's only one question.
Where are these countries going?
Watch out, Paris's, it's the light bulbs. Well, if you ride it, it's wisdom. If you make it, or you pin it, the thing is flashy. When you pump it, check your bucket. If you push it, or you push it, then it makes you flash. Flashy, light boy. Yeah. Whatever your reason for moving this season, we'll make it our goal to sell your home for the best price possible. This is Andy, local coach and football craze father of 4. Andy, Kate, Sam, Dale, Stanley and Rose, and Creed the dog are looking for a bigger home. They've come to your move, as last year we sold over 12,000 homes for our customers up and down the country, whoever they support. Go online and book a valuation today. Your Move, official supporter of the EFL.
Hello everybody, welcome to the first EFL on Quest of 2022. I'm just checking you warming up in that jumper. Lovely, thank you very much.
Right. We seem to see quite a lot of these tackles at the moment, and maybe more so than yesteryear. Those are red cards now.
I'm Maxwell, referee in the making. You just know it, right? If it doesn't work out, broadcasting and punditry, absolute referee, young referees right here.
Now, what I'm not having this, he's gone down easier than a glass of wine in the old number 10 Gordon. That's absolutely bang out of order.
Kieran McKenna, the new Ipswich manager, more used to being a Phil Neville lookalike on the bench at Manchester United.
We want players with personality. That's what we want. We want swagger and personality.
The improvisation, the execution,
Oh, dear.
to be locked in as well, by the way. It's everything you want.
That is a young Phil Mosley. Ian Clark's still leading by example, being my age, so he's had an outstanding season. But
Oh dear. Well, what can we say to that? Awful. Slight delay for us, guys. Half time 1-0 Scunny, says Johnny Drink Monkey. 114 fans there. They're committed few, aren't they? Oh dear. Right then, so I think we need to bring on some strikers. George already had a touch. Yes, I think, Dave, you're right. I'd like to see a brave substitution and bring Shea Willock on second half. Chameleon, why do we always command the game and have most of the play and always end up conceding shit goals? Yeah, maybe that's the Walsall way, I don't know. Oh dear. Let's have a look, shall we? I've just released my third book. You'll be glad to hear it's not about Walsall. Or maybe, I don't know, it may be you'd like it to be about Walsall, I don't know. Right then, let's have a look. Let's get myself sorted. Yes, bring Shea Willock on, says Dave. Wilkinson on, Keenan on. Keenan again. Why is Keenan not on the pitch? Perhaps going 3-4-3. Millie, you might as well take him off. He's not going to score in a month of Sundays, is he? Right then, this is just a little tiny introduction to my first book. It's quite a killer start. A cool, rotten dampness woke Ethan from his daze, but his head felt like it was going to explode. I think he was a Walsall fan. Beads of sweat ran down his face, his throbbing head trapped inside a dark gauze bag. Every pulse of blood delivering more pain. His eyes wanted to welcome the light through the tiny holes, but he only experienced needles of torture from the morning light above him. He pulled at the hood to remove it, but a tight cord held it around his neck. As his senses returned, he ran his trembling fingers along the cord to find the knot. He tugged several times at the thin cord and the rough gauze hood, his frustration growing with each failed attempt. Hearing birds pecking close to him unnerved him further. He swung his arms towards them, and a flurry of flapping feathers appeared to leave the ditch. He slumped back against the dirt as pulses of pain forced him to rest. 10 minutes must have passed before the pain eased enough for him to think more clearly. His hands touched the damp ground as he reached around to find a solid wall of dirt. He stood and reached up, but the wall of dirt continued past his reach. A stench permeated his gauze hood, the rotting whiff bringing a gag reflex and the knowledge something or someone was in the ditch with him. He listened for something, only to hear his own breath, but he sensed something was close. He held his breath for a few seconds, yet still heard nothing. "Help! Can somebody help me?" he called through the hood, but his muffled call went unanswered. He crawled his way along the dirt wall to a corner and then another. The next corner would have given him some kind of clarity as he tried to gain his bearings. But when his hand reached out, it quickly retraced at the source of the stench. An unmistakable contact with someone's ribs felt through a thin shirt. Ethan frantically backed away until he hit a dirt wall. "Wake up, we need to get out of here." He didn't expect a response and didn't get one. "Is there anybody out there?" he whispered, not wanting further pain slicing through his head. He waited, but the flapping of a couple of birds returning to the other end of the ditch was his only response. He stepped forward a couple of paces and waved his arms, the birds flapping their wings, and left them in silence. How did it end up in a ditch? He had no recollection, but with the cold biting, he knew he needed to move. With a hood tied to his head, he was going nowhere. He tried again to release the knot, but the cold numbed his fingers. He put his hands down his pants to warm them, but found smooth tape over his groin. Attempting to find the reassuring feel of his manhood, he found a thin tube protruding from the tape. It ran down his leg to a catheter bag. "What the fuck?" he screamed, and pain exploded through his head. "What the hell has happened to me?" he murmured. He curled up into a ball and his arms crossed onto his chest, hoping to gain some sense of touch to his new numb fingers, whilst he waited for the shooting pains in his head to ease. Calmer, with his hands a little warmer and the pounding in his head more manageable, he tried again to find the knot. His fingers ran along the cord to the back of his neck and he found it. He tried to loosen the knot, containing the frustration of failure, until the numbness returned to his fingers and he curled up again to warm his hands. Hoping for some understanding of his predicament to arrive, he lay still, but nothing came. On the fifth attempt, he loosened the cord, and through the tightest of gaps, he dragged the hood off his head. The bright sunlight directly above the ditch blinded his deprived eyes. The pain in his head struck deep again, and he covered his eyes with the very hood that had imprisoned him. The warmth of the sun had barely registered before clouds took the edge off the stark light. The pain in his head calmed as the cold air swept away the heat in his head, and his eyes adjusted. He could see the hood more clearly, and he tried to recall how he ended up in such a state. Nothing. Right then, that's enough of that. That's time to click Ethan's story. So anybody interested in hearing more of that or reading a bit more of that, I'll put a link in the description at some point if you want to have a look. Right then, back to the football. Yes, bring Willock on. Will Matt Taylor be brave enough to do that? That's the question. Oh, real bet this must not lose time. Real bet this must not lose still time. Indeed. Totally agree, mate. Defo get Miller off, sadly. What on earth is going on with Rodney? Have Vale really paid us back? I don't know. Cup of tea time? No, I've got some, it's not vodka actually, it's gin. Christmas gin. I will read it, mate, says Vince. So I'll put you the link in. Whiskey needed. I'm not a whiskey drinker. Vodka's my normal tipple. I've got some toffee vodka. That's beautiful. If you ever try that. Taylor McDonald, Fullerton. Got to just go. Not good enough. Well, that's for the end of the season. What's going to happen now? Carlisle losing. Barrow losing. Colchester losing. Oldham winning. Oh, dear. It's tough, isn't it? Right then, let's look for a link. Now, I know all of you will want to buy the book, so I'll just put a little bit up on here if I can find it. Where's it gone? Yeah, it's available on Amazon, the book, if you'd like to have a look. And if you, I'm going to just put this into there. So then show that. So click on that link. and that will get you to my book. I think it's £3 for the £3 for the ebook, and I think £7 for the paperback. But I have a launch event that I'm doing on Monday, the 14th of February, and that is my book launch at Sedgley Library. If any of you know anywhere near Sedgley, on Monday at 12 o'clock. So that's it. Yes, that's my Steve. Did you write it? Yes, that's my third book. It's actually my third book, but it's the first in the series, effectively. It is the third I'm releasing, but it's the start of the story. The story is Ethan. He has a tortuous life. So you heard the first bit there where he's in a ditch with his dick chopped off. And the story sort of tracks how he ended up in that position and then what he does after, up until the point where he finds a love. And then that goes into the next one, which is another sort of romantic drama. But it's not your typical romance sort of stuff. It's more of a romance for blokes, if that makes sense. But it's a fun adult read. So have yourself a look. Jordan is going to have a look as well. That's good. So obviously I need all the sales I can get because I'm not working. This is my main job. And the channel doesn't pay me or anything. So I need to get money from somewhere. So let's hope so. And the books, I'm not expecting to make $1 million, but I mean, selling some and a few more would always be good. Right then, let's get the sound back on. Any changes?
Green straps almost.
Can't see any. Georgie Miller is still on. Stephen smells lovely. Congrats, sounding good from the taster I had. Yeah, have a look. If you want a paperback, I can do some paperback copies for £5 and get them my next book run. So I do order some when people want signed copies. I get a few together.
Follow their team in the hope that this long losing run.
Oh, right then. Taylor doesn't think we're in a relegation battle. Maybe his career, he doesn't recognise one, but we do. Will he change his mind after the night? Well, of all the things Matt Taylor has got to learn as a manager, how to cope with getting fired is how to cope with getting fired is going to be his next lesson, I think. If Walsall don't turn this round, he's got to be fired. We have sort of been very patient with him. I quite like his demeanour, even though when he's sort of calm when we keep losing, that does start to grate on me a little bit. But come on, Walsall. When's Shay Wilk going to get a run? Miller, I think I deserve this.
Three at the back are Rolly Menayesa, Donovan Daniels, and Manny Mont. Hayden White, Reece Devine, the wing backs. Then Josh.
You need to get a donation button on these watchalongs. Oh, that is. I don't know whether you can do that. I'll have a look at that. I would love donations, but what I perhaps would like more than donations at the minute is book sales, because I need a certain amount of book sales and reviews to go up the Amazon rankings so my book appears. So at the moment, sort of buying a copy of my books would be gratefully appreciated. Yeah, Dazzling Dave's got a sort of like a Patreon version on his channel. So maybe that's something we could look at if Walsall are in the Football League next season. But Miller's fouled him again.
George Miller that's given Scunthorpe a free kick here.
Oh, it looked like it was going to break for the Saddlers there.
It didn't look like it was going to break. Oh, these. I'm saying it again, and I'm fed up with myself saying it. The opposition we're up against are rubbish, and we're not beating them.
Labadie wins a header in midfield. Likewise, Miller knocks it off. Shade. Now Osadibi. One for Shade to chase. Pews across there with the clearance.
Do you know, Shay Willock, bloody get him on.
Travelling fans are trying to get behind the players. Push on for this equaliser in the first place.
Is it just we need a goal? Just would one goal make a difference?
Penalty area. Pew. Chance to slide it away. Now Rakeel Pike turns neatly away from Kinsella and switches it to this left-hand side now. And Sinclair on his right foot. Low ball.
Good block from Rowling there.
Knocking away to Labadie.
Scunthorpe looking the most confident at the minute. The goal has certainly helped them. Doing well there. Oh, chance here, Miller.
It's a handball by the goalkeeper outside the box. That's got to be a handball. That must be a handball by the keeper outside the box.
Yeah.
Come on, referee. It's got to be. That is look like here a blatant handball outside.
You can hear that. With Walsall, you never know. He's going to give it a throw in.
I'm charging out the area, hands all over the place. I'm surely out the area.
Well, we can see that from here. Why can't he?
Come on.
That's a handball by the goalkeeper outside the box all night long.
Deary me.
It definitely is.
That should have been clear sending off.
How is that?
49 minutes.
How is that not a free kick? Derby 3, Hull 0 in the Championship. Fulham 2, Millwall 0. It's 30 goals for the season now in early February for Alexander Mitrovic.
Oh dear.
Swansea 0. Jaden Phillips.
He found his donations work for goals.
But I'd like to see that again because to me, with my own eyes in real time, that looked like a blatant handball by the goalkeeper outside the box with Miller bearing down on goal.
I looked around people in the press box and they're all saying the same thing as well, so it's not just us two may have miscued what we saw, but
can you see a goal?
Comfortably outside
through
the area, handles the ball and the referee is just ignorant to it, but I've come to learn, Rob, not to be surprised by any decision in League Two because well, that looked like...
Miller did all right then. Oh, come on, White, come on. Square ball. Oh, what? Ah! White did excellently there, and chance to play the ball behind the back four, and he's just played it to their keeper.
Crossing the ball, and in the end, doesn't get the conviction he needs on it, but...
This is the problem. We have a little glimpse of quality, followed by just hopeless.
Defining decision from the referee. Where we're sitting now, suspiciously looks like one.
Is that possibly a red card as well?
Exactly. That's also the point. Cleared away by Daniels. Labadie gets ahead to it, then piles into the challenge on Pew. Likewise, White does, and then Pew follows through on Hayden White. And again, the Walsall players are
Hayden White sort of went there. I'd blame White for that, to be honest.
Involved in some push and shove with Labadie, who's never far away from an argument. Menayesa is there too with Feeney, and there is some sorting out to do.
I don't think.
Because
do we want him to get into 10 men? I don't think we do.
High on Hayden White there.
Hayden White wins the ball.
Osadibi is going to be in trouble again. Now he's smiling.
I'm not sure the referee knows what he's seen here either. As it's Grant that's called across and Osadibi. Just wait to see whether there's going to be any action taken against Tom Pugh. He seemed to be the initial aggressor here. Oh, and it's a yellow, a second yellow, and a red for Pugh. He was booked in the first that's foul on Kinsella, and for that second bookable offence.
So bottom of the league, lost the last 7, and now we've got to try and beat 10 men.
But that's the correct decision. Q already on the booking, had to see a second yellow for that, and now it's a massive numerical advantage for the Saddlers.
A massive numerical advantage. It doesn't really make any difference with Walsall. We can't score.
Season for probably both teams. Saddlers didn't capitalise against Bristol Rovers. What a massive opportunity here against
If we can't beat 10 men.
Bottom of the table, and well, there's an argument to make. Could it have been a straight red card? But give a second yellow, and
now Yetzer has to judge the bounce on the near touch line. It's cleared away. Still hasn't gone out. Labadie with the challenge. Grant putting his body between Josh Labadie and the ball, and Labadie stumbles into.
If we don't win this, MT will get sacked. Yeah. He should have been sacked already, really. It's only because he's a nice guy that we've not fired him.
Here, weren't they? They will, and everyone's got to keep their cool now. It's a high pressure situation. I imagine they'll urgently want to get.
Now, Scunthorpe, ball into the box, 40 yards out. It's danger again. Danger again.
Perhaps make a mistake and concede another.
Well, here comes the free kick. It looked like Moss was pulling Delaney back there, I have to say.
Miller, come on. Behind you, Miller.
To the right-hand side, back to Kinsella. Kinsella works it to Hayden White. White comes in field and knocks it back to Menayesa. Now across to Manny Mons. Mons midway inside the Scunthorpe half of the field. Scunthorpe still leading the Saddlers by a goal to nil, 9.5 minutes into the second half, but Scunthorpe down to 10 men after Tom Pugh sending off. And here come Walsall with Divine with the cross into the middle. It's headed away. Only as far as Kinsella, who was shaping to shoot, but now he's been forced wide by the intentions of Sinclair, and then Sinclair snaps into the tackle but plays it off.
Who's the better team?
And behind for a goal.
Corey?
To Scunthorpe, but the fans are at it now. You've got quite a powder.
Corey, it's hard to say, really. They're both rubbish, really. I'm Walsall till I die. I'm Walsall till I die. I know I am. I'm sure I am. I'm Walsall till I die. Well done, George. Ah.
Let's just hope, given that boost, that it was Pugh's own fault. You know, poor challenge in the first half.
They do get a lot of bookings, Scunthorpe. This is Taylor's Cup final now, or the tin tap in the morning. Yeah.
The referee appears to have missed outside the Scunthorpe keeper's penalty area, but the platform is there now for Walsall to go on and get back into this game.
It is, and it's about standing tall and making it count rather than perhaps going into their shells and
Foul. Labadie. Labadie will get sent off next.
Here we are. Nickel between Labadie and Grant again, not for the first time. And careful, Labadie being spoken to. Newcastle 2-1 up there.
Labadie will get sent off. So we're making a change, Scunthorpe. It's Feeney gone off, I think.
And Sinclair is being sacrificed.
A bunch of nonsense. This club loses 7 times in a row and signs an injured player.
But he's coming on.
Luckily, Carlisle are losing because Alton are on a run.
He's also coming on.
Jeff Bonds has palmed me on me. Oh dear.
It's going to be Joe Nuttall that's coming on. Nuttall signed from Blackpool, formerly with Blackburn. And Pike not best pleased, it would appear, but Nuttall replaces him. So a double change made by Keith Hill.
A double change made by Keith Hill. What's Matt Taylor going to do?
The table side still leading the Saddlers by a goal to nil, but Pugh has been sent off for 2 cautions. To say that blatant handball by the goalkeeper early in the second half appears to have been missed.
Still can't believe that, Rob.
Well, no. Again, we've only seen it once. We don't obviously in League 2. We don't have replays, but
Who and I follow.
Feeney is going to wait for. Well, I've seen.
Come on,
there's a video doing the rounds that Tom Marlowe, of course, our regular Saddlers watcher, has sent me back at this. Well, there's a pause in play. We'll look at it again. But I've just played it back to myself. Can't believe that the referee's missed it. Anyway, here's White.
Good clearance.
Dug out that clearance, looking for Shade near the halfway line. Delaney heads away. It's going to be a Scunthorpe throw. So I'm playing this.
Oh dear.
Look at that. He's outside the D. I'm going to say he's not even close to the edge of the penalty area. He's palmed that down about 25 yards from his own goal. Looking at that.
Yeah, the referee was right in front of it, so he must have adjudged him not to have touched the ball with his hand when, as you can see from that replay, he has.
Kinsella is all over the place, isn't he? As in a good way.
Looking for Nuttall, who controlled that well on this near side. It's got Rose scoring the only goal up with him. Ball is out for a throw to Walsall, and Joe Nuttall's thrown the ball away there unnecessarily. And the referee is at the very least going to want to speak to him.
I think goalkeeper should have been sent off. Well, he's come out of his box. If you come out of the box, you got to win the ball, haven't you? We've got Rowling is coming off and Kiernan is coming on. So we've gone to 4 at the back.
So obviously forward positive thinking substitutions against the 10 men trying to get back into this game from Matt Taylor.
Change of shape, good move there by Matt Taylor, get more attacking players on the pitch. It's almost looks like a 4-2-4 or a kind of shape.
Well, we'll see when it settles down a bit more. Miller challenging at the edge of the area, and a
corner
shot towards goal by
no goal kick.
Shade.
He's gone defensive.
Rory Watson.
Yeah, he's gone from 3 at the back to 4 at the back because we won up. We won up again. We won down against 10 men, and I suppose took a defender off. 4-2-4, yeah, I think.
1-0 to the 10 men of Scunthorpe against the 11 men of Walsall. It should have been 9 men with the keeper being sent off as well. Elijah Adebayo, one-time Stadler, has given Luton the lead from penalty spot against Barnsley.
He's done well, hasn't he?
Barnsley won in the championship. We've had quite an eventful hour here at Glanford Park as things have turned out. Remains Scunthorpe 1, Walsall 0. Daniels back to Rushworth. And now Moss approaching the halfway line. Now turning on the afterburn. He's slightly overrun it there, Mons, but he's momentarily kept control of it. Then the ricochet from Gallimore's clearance nearly broke for Miller, but Watson clears his lines. Donovan Daniels underneath it. Now Feeney, Labadie turns into a challenge. You've got a wincing every time that happens now, particularly when
now chance for Shade. What's he going to do?
Down the line for Tyree Shade. Shade coming in.
Oh, Wilkinson's on as well.
Now back out on his left.
Oh,
Shade
come on. Can now you get the head on the ball?
Heading out moment for Matt Taylor again. It's going out for a full throw.
There was a point where I think he first was on his right foot and you're thinking, pull the trigger. He again checks back down the left and you feel like Scunthorpe just get that moment to regroup and get tighter to their man, and in the end, when he crosses it, it's Scunthorpe head who gets to it before Wilkinson.
Kinsella overhits that diagonal, unfortunately, for Hayden White. And it's out.
So, yeah, Al-Sadibi's gone off. Al-Sadibi's gone off as well. And Wilkinson is on.
Back in the Pottery, Stoke leading 2-0. Lewis Baker leading 2-0. Lewis Baker with the second goal from the penalty spot. They're playing Swansea.
Against 10 men, Scunny, bottom of the division. What is Tyler thinking about?
Bournemouth against Blues on FM. Sheffield United against Albion on DAB in the Black Country. Villa against Leeds on DAB in Birmingham. Scunthorpe just about tidy up there. Inside their own penalty area. Defensive header.
John Perry, I think Rouse is injured or something, or it could have been because Vortage wants another attack on the bench. Now I think the one guy on the bench is Jackson, who's the keeper, I think.
Kinsella holding. And then almost, as Paul says, it's a 4 up front with Wilkinson, Miller, Shade and Kiernan from right to left in that order.
Yeah, it looks like Shade is a more of a central role, Kiernan on the far left.
Here's Labadie. Long diagonal pass out to the far side, and Kiernan on his right foot, trying to measure a shot. Scunthorpe get a block in, and then Burns sends Kinsella tumbling, but the referee says play on. That's crossed by Devine against the Scunthorpe man. Here's Kiernan trying to drive for the byline, up against Burns, who's backtracking for his team. Now Devine once again, on his right foot, in comes the cross. Miller trying to bring it down, but he's used his arm, I think, to control that.
I thought Miller had got the ball stuck on his head then, and then realised it was the bandage. Taylor loses this, he has to go. Absolutely.
And I follow Walsall, but
Are Walsall going to stay up?
52 minutes in here, Tom Pugh sent off.
Are Walsall going to stay up? That's the question.
The Scunthorpe goalkeeper guilty of a blatant handball, not even close to the edge of his penalty area, but not seen by the officials.
Scunthorpe are an awful team. Next 5 games are almost impossible to win at this rate. Well, yeah, I think you're right. We've got Oldham. We've got Oldham to play. But I mean, Oldham are on a better form than Scunny, obviously. Wilkinson, is he going to play for a quarter of an hour, or is he going to play for the rest of the game?
Walsall throw. Hayden White's kind of fallen into the crowd there. He's given a little shove on his way.
I think a coaching staff member of Scunthorpe tried to block him from getting the ball. He was having none of it, pushed him out of the way, and then ended up slipping into the tunnel.
Shade now.
Threaded forward for Shade. Out to the left, and Devine.
Good cross.
Trying to get the cross in. It's not a bad ball, and it's headed away from Wilkinson. That was a very good defensive header by whoever that was. And Kinsella went down at the edge of the area, but nothing doing from the referee. And Kinsella gets the challenge in, and eventually Brendan Kiernan stumbles into his man. It'll be a Scunthorpe free kick.
Dreading Kingsley away days next season. I hope we stay up. Next 5 games are almost impossible to win at this rate. Why? Put Willock on. Put Willock on because he just knows how to score goals. Just knows how to score goals. We've got about 114 fans, I think, Jude, sorry.
Entirely in control of what's a combustible situation, I think I'd say here as well. Anyway, Daniels heads the ball away. Grant hooks it forward for Scunthorpe. White goes up with a substitute Nuttall. Daniels, high ball down the right-hand side. Nodded away by Delaney. Wilkinson challenging on a right side.
Foul. Yeah, it was a foul. Wilkinson fouled him.
Possession. And Anthony Grant's bought a free kick there. That was a needless and clumsy challenge, I'm afraid, from Connor Wilkinson on the halfway line to give Scunthorpe possession back.
Yeah, it's cheap, isn't it, Rob? And
Miller off.
You know, when you're trying to get back into the game, you need to be...
Miller off, Willock on.
Especially with the standard record with set pieces as well, it's pretty needless.
1-0 to 10-man Scunthorpe. Feeney with the...
Give Mayer a chance, Willock a chance, Perry.
Out to Miller, whose free kick hit the post. What led to the only goal of the game from Rowe. 11 minutes from half-time.
Mont times that really well, that bit. Kiernan.
It's a terrific pass. Kiernan with an early ball in. Looking for Wilkinson.
Wilkinson. That's good defending.
Heavy first touch from Connor Wilkinson, but that is a terrific tackle from Rowe.
Come on, Shay. Come on, Shay. Let's have something good from you.
Out the right-hand side, dribbles his way.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
Then comes up against
Where's he going? Oh, crosses it. Oh.
Something different. In comes the cross, and in the end, it's a pretty easily defended situation for Scunthorpe, who then just knock it long, but
too easy.
Maybe was a slightly heavy first touch by Wilkinson. I think you also have to give Rowe the credit for the tackle as well.
Tranmere will show us up.
As it for
Yeah.
Wilson trying to control
You're
it.
not
He
kidding.
was about to pull the trigger, but as you say, outstanding defending from Rowe. Wins the ball cleanly and absolutely fairly. It's a brilliant tackle and a vital intervention. If you left that second late, either gives away a penalty or Wilson pulls the trigger, and it's probably in the back of the net.
Wilkinson, how much time do you want there?
Tyree Shade there with an opportunity. I felt like perhaps first time there was the opportunity to get the ball in the box, but I think once he does check back again, I just think the moment.
Gary Mincher. I thought we was bad under Dutton, but this is totally disheartening. I've supported Walsall for more years than I know. And this is the worst. Don't know where the next goal or point is coming from. Exactly, Gary.
3 minutes of the second half. 1-0 to 10-man Scunthorpe against the Saddlers
Yeah.
here.
We're up against 10 men and we're not spraying the ball round. We just don't know how to play against 10 men.
And West Ham 1, Watford 0. Jared Bowen with that goal at the London Stadium. Here, poor defensive header
You
by
wouldn't
Daniels,
think
but he
that they were down to 10 men at the minute.
Penalty area, up forward by Labadie. Wilkinson challenging Grant. Now Labadie brings it down, hooks it away from Nuttall. Looking for Shade. Miller battling for possession. But Scunthorpe
Kinsella, excellent again.
not for long, and then
Kinsella, man of the match by country mile. Pomnick said he would leave when he takes us to League One.
Inside their own
He's to leave.
by Labadie to Moss.
Anyway,
Out to the left and
Divine. Early ball over.
It's Divine as Brendan Kiernan outside him. Kiernan at the angle of the Scunthorpe penalty area pulls it back to
Come on, have a go.
Now Daniels
all
joining
this
in.
stuff in about,
There's
isn't it?
afford to do with the one-man advantage, but still looking for this
Where's
equaliser
this
at the
going?
moment. Hayden White with a ball down the side that is easily anticipated by the Scunthorpe defence, although
Chris Nicol 0-0s. Chris Nicol 1-0s, that's what we like. And Richard Money. Remember Richard Money? Soul destroying, yeah, I know.
Having said that, Rob, the Saddlers probably do need to get a goal sooner rather than later. They want to win this game rather than just pick up a point.
Big 20 minutes plus stoppage time coming your way on BBC Radio WM&I. Follow
Have a shot.
Scunthorpe 1, Saddlers 0. Here comes Monts for the Saddlers. Out to the left and Reece Divine. Back to Kiernan, 25 yards from the Scunthorpe goal. It's a lovely pass through to Divine. Slightly
Corner ball. Not that we're any good at Dickie Dosh. I used to love Dickie Dosh. He was, I think, he didn't deal with the media very well and didn't deal with the fans very well, but he was an excellent manager. Excellent manager.
It's going to be an in-swinger from the far side.
Off the bar.
By Miller. George Miller with a near post header that's come back off the frame of the Scunthorpe goal. And Walsall have a free kick at the edge of the centre circle for a foul on Kinsella, but so close to an equaliser there.
Oh, the Saddlers have done everything but score this evening, Robin. It's whether it's a blatant handball being denied or the crossbar. It's just
Tranmere beating Swindon 3-0.
They're
going to love playing us.
Knocking on the door, Kinsella was offside. Keenan offside from White's free kick. That's not quite good enough. I think you need to be a bit more alert and can't be
Dickie Dosh, can we have him back?
situations like that. Good opportunities to deliver the ball into the box as well from a free kick.
Soul destroying.
So unlucky for George Miller. Fractions away from his 9th goal of the season, the Saddlers' top scorer, but
I can't believe he's the top scorer. He's not scored in 15 games other than one off his hip.
A defining moment in the season for both teams.
19 minutes or thereabouts to go, plus added time. Scunthorpe 1, Walsall 0.
Walsall
Saddlers dominating.
going to get relegated the way we're going. Have you got the number for Samaritans?
Free kick from distance that came back off the post.
Tommy, yeah, read me book. That'll give you some balance there.
With a fantastic parry to stop on a Rice's header, making it 2-0. 7 minutes from half time. Then 4 minutes into the second half, Rory Watson, the Scunthorpe keeper, with a blatant handball outside his penalty area.
Wilkinson.
Outside his area, went unpunished by the officials. 52 minutes.
Wilkinson, get yourself
sent
up.
off for his second bookable offence for the Iron. And here come the Saddlers again with Kiernan with the cross, headed away by Delaney. Only as far as Kinsella.
Walsall are sort of batting them in there a bit.
Miller's just hit the angle of post and crossbar
Come on.
from that corner.
Shade useless, I know.
Here's
Keeper's coming for that.
long ball into the
Yeah,
Scunthorpe
well
area.
done, keeper. Well claimed.
Almost
Get Shade off, get Willock on. Can't wait for the way they had Floyd and Gates said. Oh.
Good intensity there from Watson, made a decision and, it paid off.
National League it is then.
Yeah, you have to say it's a really big 15.
I can't see, if Walsall go down to the National League, I can't see us getting out of it. There's a lot of big money in the National League.
First winning 8 after 7 consecutive defeats. Walsall heading for precisely that, 7 consecutive defeats.
New subscriber here, Moggy. Walsall fan for 45 years. Very good. Thanks for joining us.
Forest Green Rovers 1, Rochdale 1 now. Jack Aitchison with the Forest Green equaliser.
Going down the Wednesbury Road.
High ball forward for Nuttall to run on to. Rushworth needs to get there. He's eased off it slightly by the...
Come on, Walsall. Come on, let's have a bright finish. Willock, get Willock on.
Mont's on the halfway line. Short the square for Liam Kinsella. Again, he's
We're working it to get a crossing. We've got nobody to cross it to.
Midfield, a little man, but Reece Devine shows too much of that to the Scunthorpe.
Shay Willock, last 15-20 minutes.
With Mont into Kieran's feet. Kieran turns just outside the area. Miller not back to
Wilkinson,
just outside
useless.
The box.
Don't foul him.
Controlled by Connor Wilkinson, and then he's given away a free kick.
We're going on a National League tour.
Pull the trigger. I think he's trying to get it on his left foot, isn't he? Just pull the trigger, I think even if you get a block and a corner.
Johnny Hodge. Johnny Hodge, I spoke to Johnny Hodge, and we're supposed to be getting him on for an interview.
Best of seasons, Maybury's suffering a wee bit from a lack of confidence, but that was absolutely a case in point there. If he's having a decent run in the team or a decent run in front of goal, he puts his foot through that rather than trying to, make sure that he controls it and then thinks about the shot. There's too much going on in his head all at the same time. Isn't
Probably a similar story for a lot of the players, and Matt Taylor has alluded, he understands the lack of confidence at the moment.
Shay Willock, get it. Oh, he's warming up.
You'll let fly first time when I think
We need to spend more money. Shay Willock,
you lose that instinct.
even Techwin Willock would be better than this shower.
Huge 15 minutes in the destiny of Walsall season upcoming. We could do without back passes like that from Daniels to
Too much
Rushworth.
Deadwood. Deadwood, they're all new players on 2-year contracts. They're going to be here next season.
The Saddlers still a goal down, but they've been playing against 10 men since 7 minutes into the second half. After Tom Pugh was sent
Shay
off.
Willock, get him on.
Club in the football
Somebody
league,
with can head a ball.
Here's Laverty. Square to Daniels. On to White, midway inside the Scunthorpe half. Back to Donovan Daniels.
Nothing
again,
passing round the ball.
who finds Manny Mons.
Shoot.
Looks for an outlet maybe on the left. Tries to slide divided. That's a good ball. In comes the cross towards the near post. But
Shay Willock, come on.
Make sure he clears the roof of the stand. With that
We're pinning a lot on a very young guy. Shay Willock's going to sort it out for us.
The fullbacks on the byline and
Harrogate 2-1 down at home to Crawley.
So, Daniels.
Make a name for yourself, Derby Day to Solihull Moors next season. Oh dear. Come on, Walsall.
He does. Towards the
Oh,
near post,
straight
but
to him.
Straight onto the chest of Grant, who's able to take a couple of touches on his chest and then lift it as far down.
Come on, Shay Willock on for Miller.
doing, isn't it, Rob? As soon as they just want to clear their lines, get it out, whatever means possible.
Or Shade. On for Shade.
Showed recently against Bristol Rovers just how difficult it was to play against 10 men. Of course, that was 0-0 right up until stoppage time when Bristol Rovers got the winning goal.
Can't believe we
They were
lost
reduced to 10, just before half time in that game, wasn't it? Walsall couldn't find a way through. Similar story tonight. 52 minutes played when Pugh was dismissed for Scunthorpe, and the home side still with their noses in front as things stand, and we've got just about 13 minutes plus added time to go.
On your head, son.
Divine with a cross towards the far post. White challenging for it, and a claret and blue shirt gets there first.
Corner.
Behind for a Saddler's corner.
Deserves a goal just for his hair.
Divine is looking dangerous on that.
Get Shay Willock on.
Get into the byline, getting balls into the box.
Get Shay Willock on.
Who's going to deliver
Shay Willock, Shay Willock, Shay Willock.
Well, Scunthorpe want to make another change. It's another defender coming on in place of
What they do?
Sam Burns. This is George Taft, who's on loan from Bolton, former Cambridge man, who is coming on. And obviously in this situation, Scunthorpe
They're rubbish. Maz.
They're just going to
Yes.
put as many men back behind
60 on the live stream. That was it's good to see that click up. So thanks for those that are following us. If you haven't subscribed, join the journey. We used to have joy, now we just have pain. Come on, Shay Willett, get a bloody Scunny double.
These sort of set plays.
On your head, son.
Corner, right across the face of the 6-yard box. And hooked over the bar by Labadie on the far post. I'm not sure who got the last touch there, but it's ended up going just over the Scunthorpe crossbar as Newcastle lead Everton 3-1 now. Kieran Trippier with a 25-yard free kick. It's pretty much his first
Can
goal,
we
isn't it?
resolve it into something useful? Not sure about us.
Right,
Rubbish,
11
yeah.
minutes to go. It's,
Walsall.
too familiar
I miss when Dean Smith was at the wheel. Yeah, Dean Smith. He was a great manager. 63 on the live stream. Join the journey if you can face it.
The moment with the home fans right behind them, Scunthorpe United heading for only their 4th league win of the season, only their 2nd under Keith Hill. It's Rushworth out to the left-hand side and Monts. Long ball forward. Watson heads the ball away.
Shoot!
It's come here for Hayden White.
Where's he
White
going?
needs a couple of touches to bring the ball properly under control. Whips the cross in and it's Taft who heads it behind. For a
Wilkinson's had a bit of a touch.
Well, as you say, Rob, went with his head. I don't think he wanted to make the same mistake he made the last time, did he? Because he got away with that one the first time. But
Dino made the best out of very little. Yeah, Dean Smith is Dean Smith's great manager, great person as well. Lovely bloke, nice bloke. A lot of respect for Dean Smith. We almost started supporting the Villa when he went there. I miss Kenny Ibbett.
In comes Devine's corner to the near post. That's not the best of deliveries. And the first man. A free kick is given for a foul. And the referee is being implored here to produce a card. And it is only yellow for Labadie for that challenge when the Scunthorpe fans wanted him off.
Yeah, it's a poor corner, isn't it? He got to be the first man, and Labadie got him with a high boot. It is a foul, and I believe that's his 10th yellow of the season.
Yeah, he's got 11 in total, but I think one of those was in the cup competition. So yeah, you're looking at a 2-game ban now for the Saddlers.
Oh, good.
Captain. That's the nature of his game. He will pile into challenges.
Can we dig up Ronnie Allen?
And, often comes out
Labadie.
alongside of referees.
Where's Alan Buckley when you need him? Would suggest walking out. We're on the road to nowhere. Walking out, we're on the road to nowhere. I like that, Tommy. They're talking heads, 1980s. But at this rate, we're definitely going somewhere. Yes, but not where we want. Another free kick. Labadie, get him off. Bloody idiot.
Justifiably a second yellow card offence straight away. You understand why the Scunthorpe fans
I'm blue Labadie.
frustrated by that.
Labadie. Disappointing, he needs to go. Labadie, the fell merchant, yeah.
Well, now Grant's at it again, this time with Kiernan.
I think Kiernan just needs to walk away, get on with it.
Yeah. Stoke 3, Swansea 0 now in the Championship.
Walsall, as it stands, 4 points clear of the drop zone.
Scunthorpe free kick from Walsall's point of view to get the ball's at the wrong end of the pitch here. We've got about 8 minutes plus added time to go. They're trailing the 10 men by a goal to nil, the Saddlers. Feeney's free kick, but that's allowed to bounce all the way through and behind.
What's wrong with bringing
to the Saddlers?
Shay Willett on at this stage of the match?
Desperation to this now.
It is, yeah. I don't know if it's panic stations, but that urgency stepped up, but that conviction doesn't quite seem to be there.
Nice little flick though, inside by Wilkinson for Labadie. Out the right-hand side, Labadie with the cross, looking for Miller, but it's easily intercepted. Then Wilkinson with the follow-up, but he's blocked tackled.
Bloody hell. 1-0.
Against 10 men.
Against 10 men.
Yeah.
Flipping it. Well, what the hell?
We were great. We were great for the first half hour, and then they scored. And since then,
Yeah, it was 34th minute, wasn't it? I looked at it on my phone. I looked 50 minutes and it was like, Walsall 1-0 down. I was like, you've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. How? How?
still not bought Shay Willicon.
Oh.
Oh, Reece Divine.
I'm pretty sure that was out. No.
Oh dear, it is terrible, isn't it?
It is. No, I just done it. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's bring on what's his name? What? How many subs have we made?
Two.
Who?
We bought Wilco on for Alsa DB
Okay.
and Keenan on for Rowley.
Okay. Who's the back four?
So they've gone back to back four.
Back to back four.
Yeah, so Divine's gone to left back.
Oh, okay.
Still time for the boys. Brolden are winning 2. I know.
Oldham are winning 2.
Alden are winning 2. Oh,
Come on. Don't. Oh, you're so useless. He's so useless.
I know.
He's supposed to be a youth Premier League player, and he can't. He's just.
Every Scunthorpe man is in their half. Well, Wilkinson was sold a dreadful pass there, I have to say, by Hayden White. Chased the ball into the
Who's been man of the
goal.
match so far? Who's been commendation?
Kinsella's absolutely all over the pitch. Really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kinsella is definitely by far our best player. There's no doubt about it.
If he was a striker, we'd be winning the league. So, if he was a striker, we were winning the league.
If he was a striker, he wouldn't be.
Shade is shocking, says Oliver.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
Himself about more, but I mean, he's still rubbish.
08081 00956. Dow's taking your calls through until 10. Watson, who should have, well, at the very least, been called up for a free kick.
What's he doing there? It's all frozen.
Scunthorpe goalkeeper early in the second half clears the ball downfield.
Still not bought Willicon. You need a goal and you're not bringing the striker on.
Bear in mind, both our strikers haven't scored.
He's been sitting on the bench for long. He's probably forgot that he can score goals.
Yeah, probably. He might as well play rules there.
Shade.
Shade works it back to Divine. Borrowing little run to the edge of the area. Now Kiernan pulls the ball back across. It's not
Where's that passion from Labadie?
Can hold it up, but not for
Labadie, how he's...
Well, Labadie's got booked, didn't he?
Labadie's, yeah. I'm amazed Labadie's not been sent off, to be honest. How long's left? 4 minutes plus injury time. Divine's done alright, actually.
That's good. Because that's so much up in next game. Come on. Oh, that's where you need a target man.
Now White heads it down, looking for Wilkinson. It's a shot blocked. Nuttall try and hold it up. Donovan Daniels sends it forward again. White still
tennis.
right in there. Miller there too. Now Wilkinson just outside the box, trying to juggle as he did against Newport later.
What?
And Grant has handled it.
Free kick. This is about where they scored from.
I was getting visions of the Newport goal as Connor Wilkinson was flicking the ball. Again, this is a dangerous position for the Saddlers. It's Wilkinson and Shade standing over it. You've got Wilson with the left foot.
Tommy Bradshaw saying it's all right for you, Stephen. You've not had to sit through the other 80 minutes.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Where that we're going, I don't think I'll be watching any of the games at all soon.
Well,
It's woeful.
I don't think they have iFollow in the National League. 63 on the live stream. Thanks for joining us.
Flipping heck.
Shade. all is forgiven when you put this one into the top corner.
I can't believe we're only going to get a point from this game as well.
Stepping up, left foot in, too high.
He's sitting there.
Down in time. Matt Taylor sitting, arms folded, resting against the wall in front of the.
He didn't even need to lift it. Then did you see that one guy moved across and joined the wall? If he just put it in that gap there, it would have been fine.
Remember that free kick Rory Holden scored
With Wes McDonald
against Bolton? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I always remember that. Beautiful. That's a team goal. That what I say team goal.
We haven't had much like that since, have we?
No, because it's been woeful since.
Was that when against Bolton? It was that against Wales?
No. It was last season.
Last season.
Sadler's fans to react to what you've seen on the iFollow pictures or heard with us on BBC Radio WM.
I mean, the disappointing thing for me, Rob, is even 11v11, Scunthorpe offered very, very little. The game was there for the Sadlers.
Who did they lose? Who's that money they lost?
Pugh is a midfielder. Taylor must go. They don't fight for him. Taylor is too relaxed about losing. He needs to. The thing is, with Taylor, I think before
he doesn't seem to have any aggression.
Well, with when he was coaching the Tottenham team, it was all about putting a performance in and developing players. And this is not about putting a performance in and developing players. This is about results. It's about results. Every time they get beat, he says, "Oh, don't worry, we've got another match in a couple of days." It's like you keep getting beat, mate.
If we're supposed to develop players, why is the youth players gone backwards?
Why isn't it?
Yeah, why isn't he?
Being told to get on with it by the referee. Forest Green 2, Rochdale 1. Turn that around.
I agree that they don't fight for Taylor. But then again, at the same time, like, who are they going to fight for?
It's
none of them seem into it, other than Kinsella.
had the right temper on him as a player, Matt Taylor.
3-0. Craven Cottage in the championship. Millen's throw for Scunthorpe down the far touchline. Headed away. Labadie. Now to Kinsella. High ball looking for Miller. It's nodded away.
See, it's all about Kinsella.
Kinsella's the only one doing anything. Come on.
Joe, Mont's playing up front.
I said this, didn't I, like before, because Mont used to be a striker.
Exeter beating Leyton Orient 1-0.
What's it called? Monte used to be a striker, didn't he?
Yeah.
Make him a striker again. We need a title. I think he's changing.
Also going to get an equaliser.
No. Did you see the Newcastle Everton thing?
No.
That's funny, that is. Pretty much.
70 on their live stream.
Well, pretty much what happened with Everton Newcastle is it was 1-1, but they scored in their own nets.
How did they? Both of them, both goals.
Yeah. It's two. I'm pretty sure it's 2-1 now.
Right then, Tommy's saying a long time ago, still remember how the salad used to make us smile. If they had the chance, it would make us people dance. Do you remember Kev, the dancing saddler? I remember him. Was a big opportunity for your manager, Taylor, to build a reputation as a manager in the game. Looking like he's totally missed it. Or messed it up, yeah.
When players don't take chances on the, one-on-one chances like they had in the first half.
I feel like Kinsella's like the only actual midfield player we have. Like
first half, they were giving it to him. Yeah, first half they were giving it to him. Send the keeper up. Maybe he can show them how it's done.
You know the number by now. Gets you to dash through until 10 on BBC Radio WM.
Terrible standard.
4 minutes.
Carried time, 4 minutes. We're 2 minutes into it. So Walsall heading for defeat. What did I say? We beat them 3-0. It would be 0-0, or they'd beat us 1-0.
That's what I said that.
We were expecting a late goal, but I mean it's been an early goal. and then 10 men.
To be fair though, it's not that early. 34 minutes isn't that early?
No, I mean, I was expecting it was quite. There's plenty of time to respond to
yeah,
that.
I know. But like, I mean, anything in the first 20 minutes, I'd say is a quick goal. 30 to 45, I'd say is average.
To an equaliser, and now they're
I
trying
was
to
kind of sick
manage
of
the
Walsall,
game
to be honest.
keeping the ball.
How are we not
keeping
performing?
Walsall's half of the field for the remaining
Like I said,
seconds.
they've got it exactly where they want it, Scunthorpe United.
What was that?
Sanders have a goal kick. It's probably literally the last row of the dice, I'd imagine, Rob.
How's Shay Willett not got a kick?
If they're going to equalise,
I'm not gonna lie, Shay Willett's probably our best player. Shay Willett, best striker so far, probably so far. We've only seen 5 minutes of him, and he's something better than.
Yeah, he had a very real positive 5 minutes when we saw him. And I mean, sometimes he's come on and looked a bit. Apparently, some of the away matches, he's had 5 minutes and looked a bit lost. But I mean, give him a go.
Manny Monte is actually up front. 30 seconds left to lose. We're going to playing.
Yeah. King's 10 and the rest 2. Beyond a joke, says Maz.
Mansfield 2-0 against Colchester.
Well, Colchester.
Well, it doesn't matter because Colchester are above us. So. We're 21st now.
I think they might be worse after.
Okay. I'll check the table now. I'm pretty good there, isn't it? It's not for me.
Final whistle. Oh dear.
Cheers.
Well, 77 on the live stream. Oh,
That's huge numbers as well.
huge numbers. 78 on the live stream. Jumping on. Walsall handed Scunthorpe a very important 3 points in their fight for survival. But Walsall. Oh. When is Shay Willett going to get a go?
I can't believe they've won, you know.
I can't. They're picked up. They looked really poor to start with, and they're picked up after they'd scored. Scunthorpe. But I mean, Walsall, blooming heck. Table. Let's have a look. Walsall, 4 points. 4 points above Oldham, and Oldham have got a game in hand. That is.
And Oldham won.
Oldham won, yeah. Oh dear.
Colwell on 27
Keith
points.
Hill, got to be smiling. We normally get the better out of Keith Hill, but not today. And Scunthorpe.
We need a striker.
Trying to Scunthorpe trying to sort of claw their way back to stay in the league. And if they're gonna, it'll be Walsall that are that are going out of it.
Yeah.
3 more defeats coming up, says Justin. It's, Tranmere, Forest Green, and Swindon's not going to be nice. It's not going to be nice. We need a striker. Nothing else to say.
Put Monk up front.
We've got a striker on the bench. We just won't play him. Can't even draw against 10 men.
That's the second
Cheers
time
for the
that's-
live stream.
that's
Off
the
to bed
second
now.
time.
Good night. Good night, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
Happened, isn't it? We've been
Yeah.
against 10 men.
Bristol
And we haven't
Rovers,
had
yeah.
fun.
Thanks, Simon. Enjoyed the stream, like enjoying watching a horror film. Yeah, Tommy, as you say, it's been a bit of horror. Hope you enjoyed my reading of my Time to Click book. My book called Time to Click, available on Amazon. Oh, Stephen's got a picture. Yay! That's it. That's what it looks like. Time to Click. You'll get all the horrors and joys. The joy and the pain. That's a different kind of joy and pain. But right then, we'll end it here. I'm going to do
Instant match reaction.
a full match reaction,
Oh.
and after I've been to the loo. So thanks for joining us. Live stream, excellent to have so many on there, and that's really good. If you haven't subscribed already, join us and get our subscriber numbers up. We're approaching 1,000, and that's the target. to get past the 1,000. Thanks for watching Walsall Fan TV. None of that, plenty of that. Cheers.
Pain.